Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Paris Saint-Germain are set to face FC Bayern Munchen in the Club World Cup quarterfinals. And I'm really excited for this game. I'm so excited that we need to do a combined 11 out of these two teams. First position to look at, obviously, is the goalkeeping position. And Manuel Neuer, a legend of this game, probably the greatest goalkeeper of all time, definitely the greatest I've seen in my lifetime. But it obviously has to be Gianluigi Donnarumma. The year that he had with Paris Saint-Germain was absolutely insane. You know, we remember the Arsenal games, the Liverpool games, Donna just stepping up for Paris Saint-Germain exactly when we needed him. And he's obviously the goalkeeper. For the right back position, I mean, there's not any competition. We have to respect Achraf Hakimi, all right? Konrad Laimer is nothing up against the best right back in the world, who's having an unbelievable season. 26 GA, 13 goals and 13 assists, scored in the round of 16 of the Club World Cup, group stage of the Club World Cup, group stage of the Champions League, quarterfinals of the Champions League, semi-finals of the Champions League, final of the Champions League, final of the Coupe de France. Achraf Hakimi is my right back. Moving on to the centre-back positions, and here where it becomes a little bit more interesting. The four names, obviously, is Willian Pacho, Marquinhos from Paris Saint-Germain, and Dayot Upamecano, Kim Min-jae, Jonathan Tah from Bayern Munchen. My first pick will be William Pacho. He's been unbelievable with Paris Saint-Germain, especially when it matters, pocketing the best players coming up against him and being absolutely clean in this Champions League run for Paris Saint-Germain. And think about it, Pacho went from not having played a single Champions League game to playing in every single Champions League game, every single Champions League minute, and being the best centre-back in the competition. And next up to him is someone I rate extremely highly, and that is Dayot Upamecano. Dayot Upamecano is someone that I would love to get to Paris Saint-Germain, especially with Marquinhos getting older. Opa would be the perfect replacement. We're looking for a right-footed centre-back. He's from Paris. He's French. Looks like Dembele. Friends with Dembele. Those are my two centre-backs, Pacho and Upamecano. Moving into the left-back position, and we have Alphonso Davies, who I believe is either the third or the second best. I think Balde had a better season, but I think Davies is the second best ability-wise left-back in the world after Nuno Mendes. But once again, it definitely has to be Nuno Mendes. And Nuno Mendes is a player I've talked about so much. He still surprises me with his quality. He still surprises me. I've never seen a fullback that dominant both offensively and defensively. When have we seen a left back take over a game like in the Nations League final? Defensively and offensively, absolutely destroying that Spain team alongside Yamal being up against him. Pocketed Saka, pocketed Salah, and then Salah's Ballon d'Or. It obviously has to be Nuno Mendes. Moving into the midfield, and I was thinking, should we have two midfielders or three midfielders? And for the first time in the combined 11, I'm going to make it into only two midfielders, and then we'll have four attackers, because Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munchen have all great attackers. I will also show a lineup if it's only a 4-3-3. And the two midfielders I will pick, the first one obviously will have to be Vitinha, the best midfielder in the world. What a season he's having, and he obviously is the first name on the sheet. I mean, Vitor Ferreira. Champions League team of the season last season, Champions League team of the season this season, Club World Cup he's cooking. Like, who is going to stop Vitinha? Won the Nations League recently. And up against him, it's not going to be Joshua Kimmich. It's not going to be Joshua Kimmich. It is going to be João Neves. He's been performing much better than Kimmich. And I think Kimmich is a bit overhyped. When you look at all the underlying stats, you're like, oh my God, this might be the best midfielder in the world. And then you watch Kimmich and you're like, oh, he's not that impactful. From set pieces, he's impactful. But apart from that, I think Kimmich is great. He's one of the best midfielders in the world. But my midfield too is Vitinha and João Neves. Moving up to the attack. Here is the beautiful, the delicious part. And I'm just going to name the four attackers. The first one is Ousmane Dembele, Mr. Ballon d'Or. 9 Champions League knockout games. GA in 7 out of 9 games. Historical run from Ousmane Dembele. Historical run. GA in both semifinals, both quarterfinals, and in the final, becoming only the third player to has ever done that. Like 49 GA this season. Ousmane Dembele is obviously the first name in the attack. Up next to him, let's pick a Bayern one, Harry Kane. Around, I don't know, maybe 50 GA this season. And one thing I want to give Kane is when it comes to doing it in the big moments, that's something he struggled with a lot. But that goal versus Inter, I know he missed a huge sitter in the game before, but the goal away versus Inter and what I saw from him in Flamengo, I mean, he's improving on the big game player, which Bayern need with a lot of young, unproven players like Musiala and Olise next to him. So Kane definitely has to carry Bayern, and he's been very good this season. Third attacker is Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. Absolute jogador. Absolute baller. Kvaratskhelia is the only player in the world that is making me sometimes doubt if it's actually Dembele who's the best player in the world. Because that's how good Khvicha Kvaratskhelia is. And he obviously enters the 11. Joined Paris Saint-Germain in January, but had such an impactful run. Amazing. And lastly but not least, it's between Desiree Doué and Olise. And that is a bit tough. I think they're extremely similar. I think Olise's had a better overall season. Doué being way more impactful in the big games, in the big moments. I mean, this is why... Olise or Doué. Oh, this is such a tough one, man. Doué, though, hasn't met expectations so far. Club World Cup. Olise has been one of the best players at the Club World Cup. You know, we'll sneakily edge to Michael Olise of Bayern Munchen. Incredible season, you know, coming off from the Premier League Crystal Palace to Bayern Munchen and having the season that he's having. Gotta be here. And this finishes off my team. And look at how great this team is. Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal. Perfect. Look at this defense. Basically the PSG defense, but with Opa instead of Marquis. Upgrade. Midfield pivots. Neves and Vitinha. Delicious. And that attack. Olise, Dembele, Khvicha with Kane. All playmakers. All goal scorers. Absolutely impeccable team right here. And if we're going to do one with a 4-3-3, once again, Kimmich does not feature. I do rate Fabian Ruiz more than Joshua Kimmich. So my midfield three, if it's going to be a 4-3-3, it's going to be Vitinha, Neves, and Fabian Ruiz with Kane, Dembele, and Khvicha Kvaratskhelia up in attack. That's been it for my combined 11. 1, 2, 3 Bayern Munchen players make it, and 8 Paris Saint-Germain players. That finishes off for my combined 11 between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munchen. Let me know in the comments down below, what's your combined 11 of Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern Munchen? That's been it from my boy PSG, and as usual, allez Paris.